Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says a ceasefire and hostage release deal with Hamas has been reached. That's after Israel had accused Hamas of last-minute backtracking on some of the agreed terms. A statement from his office said Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been updated by the negotiating team that agreements have been reached on a deal for the release of the hostages. The Prime Minister has directed that the Security Cabinet be convened later today. The government will be convened later in order to approve the deal. However, Mr Netanyahu risks a potential split in that cabinet vote after far-right National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir threatened to resign if the deal was approved by the cabinet.
With an abandoned agreement approved and implemented, we will deliver our letters of resignation to the Prime Minister, and the Otzma Yehudit will not be part of the government, and we are resigning from it.
Sky's international correspondent Alex Rossi joins us now from Jerusalem. Morning to you, Alex. It's one thing seeking agreement with Hamas for Benjamin Netanyahu, but it's entirely another getting agreement in his own cabinet.
Yeah, it appears that way. Now, there are lots of accusations flying around here in Jerusalem, some saying, yes, Hamas was trying to derail the deal, as was alleged by the Prime Minister's office. Others saying that what happened yesterday was just really about the court of Bibi Netanyahu. It was coalition politics, it was horse trading at the last minute to try and get everybody inside his cabinet on side. Now, clearly, that hasn't worked, with Itamar Ben-Gvir now saying that he will leave the government if, as expected, this deal is voted through. That, of course, leaves Benjamin Netanyahu in a difficult place. It won't bring down the government. Remember, he has 68 seats. He has a majority. The Knesset, of course, has 120 MKs. Itamar Ben-Gvir brings to the party 6 MKs. So he will still have a narrow majority, but it does make things more difficult. Now, what we're expecting in terms of the kind of choreography of today, and I should stress it is fluid, it is changing all of the time, is we are expecting that Security Cabinet to meet later. We think that they will ratify the ceasefire deal that was announced on Wednesday. It was signed, of course, in Doha overnight by the negotiating teams, and then we are expecting the government to vote on it. It could happen today, but I think there's also the possibility it will happen after Shabbat on Saturday. If that is the case, there's also the possibility that the ceasefire itself will not come into effect on Sunday, overnight, sort of Saturday into Sunday morning, as expected, 1 minute past 12, but now may happen on Monday, when we will see the release of the Palestinian prisoners and, of course, the return of some of the hostages, 3 hostages from Gaza. But, of course, all of this really speaks to, Matt, just how complicated and precarious this deal is. But it does appear that it is finally going ahead.
Alex, for now, thank you very much indeed.